again. In our top story, the Dhaka hostage crisis is over now as forces took control of the cafe where Islamic State terrorists had held hostage several people last night. In a major commando operation, Bangladesh security forces rescued 13 hostages. Addressing media, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said 6 terrorists were killed while 1 has been captured alive. 5 bodies have also been recovered from the scene. The operation began this morning when heavily armed Bangladeshi commandos stormed the restaurant in Dhaka's high-security diplomatic area. The hostage crisis began on Friday night with the gun battle with police leaving at least 2 officers dead and 30 people injured. At least 9 terrorists barged into the Holy Artisan Bakery, frequented by diplomats and expatriates, and opened indiscriminate fire at around 9:20 p.m. local time yesterday. Islamic State group has claimed responsibility for the attack. And our correspondent Melinda Diaz joins us from Dhaka with the latest information on this story. Melinda, well, give us the latest details as far as we know that the hostage crisis as of now is over after that commando operation. And we also heard Sheikh Hasina congratulating and appreciating the efforts of security forces there.
Well, Sheikh Hasina has given the official figures. 6 terrorists have been killed on the spot, 1 has been captured alive, and 13 hostages, including foreigners, women and children, have been rescued. Sheikh Hasina said that despite brave efforts by the security forces, some hostages could not be saved. However, the exact number of the hostages that were killed has not come out. Praising the commando action, she said that those who have indulged in this shameful act during Ramadan period, she does not consider them as Muslims. However, she said that her government will do everything possible to ensure that such a incident does not happen on Bangladesh soil again.
Right, and meanwhile, there must be a lot of questions being raised at this point of time. There had been incidents, as you mentioned earlier this morning, of frequent attacks, and earlier it was said to be homegrown terror. But now that ISIS has claimed responsibility for this hostage crisis, what are the questions that are being raised there?
Actually, both IS and the local affiliate of the Al-Qaeda, that is the Ansarullah Bangla team, have claimed responsibility for this attack. However, observers say that the local Ansarullah Bangla team may not have the capability to pull off such a hostage situation, and also the way of attack, their way of attacking through sharp weapons is markedly different from this particular attack. So therefore, they feel that this attack is more the work of IS rather than the Ansarullah Bangla team.
Right. And meanwhile, what are people there saying? How are they reacting to this incident?
Well, the government has said that it will do everything necessary to ensure that such an incident does not take place on Bangladesh soil. Sheikh Hasina has actually taken a very bold step by flashing out the terrorists in the commando operation. It was one of the most intensive commando operations participated by the Army, the Navy, the RAB and the BJP. And though it took 12 hours, they saved at least 13, which means a lot of children, a lot of women and foreigners are actually saved.
Right. And meanwhile, on the part of the security forces, what are the casualty figures there? As far as we know, 30 people have been injured, and 2 police officers actually have died in that incident.
Yeah, 2 police officers have died, and 50 security people were actually injured. And out of these 50 injured, 6 are still now on life support system. 10 are very critical, and several are very serious, are in very serious condition. Actually, this amount of security people got wounded because the militants hurled 2 grenades at them when they tried to enter the restaurant at the beginning of the hostage crisis.
Right, and meanwhile, since the attack, it clearly was a targeted and well-planned attack, and it was mostly targeted at at a cafe that is frequented by diplomats and outsiders. There must be a lot of buzz about what it could mean for expatriates there, for people for people who are visitors in Dhaka.
Of course, the US, the UK, and France, they have already given security alerts for their citizens regarding the situation in Bangladesh.
Right, right. Thank you very much, Melinda, for joining us there, and we'll be back with you regularly for more updates. Meanwhile, as Melinda just told us, the hostage crisis is over. Many of those who were injured in the incident, they are on life support, and as latest casualty figures go, six among the terrorists, one has been captured alive, while 5 died in that operation.